Hey dolls, and welcome back to my channel. So on today's video, I'm very excited because we are going to do a review, swatches, and a wearability test of this new Fenty Beauty Poutsicle Hydrating Lip Stain. So I got all 4 shades. Thankfully, there's only 4 shades in the collection, so I got all of them. The colors are very promising. I can see that there's like a bright red, like a more orange, a more blue tone pink, and then a dark purpley shade. So it's a good range for a lip stain. So before I swatch it on my lips, I want to swatch it on my arm. If I swatch it directly on my lips is already a little pink. So I'd rather swatch it on my arm first, so there's a neutral base so you can really see the color of this lip stain. So let's start with shade number 1, My Type. I really like the packaging, and I like that it has the color on top so you can easily see what shade you're getting because the label's really small. So this is more of like a pinky, bluish pink tone. Ooh. Such a nice color. You can still see that it is a stain because it's not too opaque. Like, you can still see my skin in the middle of the swatch, but that's very pigmented. This is shade number 2, which is Zesty Bestie. Ooh, I like something like this, like an orangey lip stain. Love. Oh, I like that. Especially now that we're transitioning to summer, I think that's a great summer shade. It's watery, but at the same time, it has that slip. It's like a face serum kind of. So the third shade is called Strawberry Sangria, shade number 3. Ooh, I also like this shade. It's more of a neutral red. And then the 4th shade is called Berry Banger. So I'm going to keep this swatches on my arm for a bit. Let it dry for a bit. Let's see how this really stains. So before I swatch this lip stain on my lips, let's just read what it is described as and what are the claims for this Fenty Beauty's Poutsicle Hydrating Lip Stain. This is the lip stain that just hits different, giving you juicy all-day hydration. This lip tint formula features an oil-in water innovation with squalene in a range of vibrant shades. Hydrates instantly and all day, feather and bleed resistant, locks in moisture and conditions lips to leave them feeling soft and smooth. Goes on glossy, leaves behind a soft tint, customizable sheer to medium coverage. Fenty Beauty is 100% cruelty-free. In terms of application, they suggest to apply 1 layer on the center of the lips, working outwards. So let's start the swatch. So this is in the shade number 1, My Type. So I'm gonna start in the center of my lips. Ugh. It feels like a water-based lip tint, but then there's like a slip to it. You know that there's oil, like, you know those face serums, that's how it feels like. You know there's like a oil on top of your lips. So this is with 1 application. I'm used to like the Asian lip stains, like the water-based lip stain that doesn't have any gloss. This one is different because it has a shine to it, but it's still very light. The feel of it is a feel of a lip stain with a little oil on top. It's not the oil that you would find on a lip oil, but more so like an oil that you would find on a skin product, because the oil, I think the oil that they use is squalene. That's why it's very light. There's no lip stain like this. It feels so good on the lips. Very, very light. In terms of color, I think that this shade is perfect for spring, and I think that this will be perfect for all skin tones. If you like a pink that has more of that blue tone, I think that this will be perfect. Let's see if it is transfer proof. There's a little stain on my hand. Not too much, like it's more of that oil. I'm gonna oh yeah. There is still a transfer, especially when it's still wet and the gloss is still there. Let's see if I remove all the gloss on top. When the gloss is not on your lips anymore and it's only the stain, it is transfer proof. And when you wipe the gloss, it will just really leave this beautiful stain on your lips. So this is how my Thai looks like without the gloss, just the stain. I actually appreciate what it looks like now that it's just the stain without the gloss. But the gloss, I think, is really good to have so that your lips feels very comfortable, because most of the lip stains are matte. Not matte, but like it doesn't have any hydrating property. It's just a tint, so it doesn't really help in hydrating your lips. So it's good that this initially has that hydration and then the stain after that. So it's a good kind of like a prep to your lips. So let's swatch the second shade. Let's see how easy this stain can be removed. Oh yeah, it's hard to remove the stain. I think it could go just up to that. That's fine. So the second shade that we're gonna swatch on my lips is called ZESTY BESTIE. So let's start in the center of my lips. This color, I think, is perfect for summer. It reminds me of, like, you know those people in Paris? They always have this orangey red lipstick. That's how it reminds me of. It's super nice, especially if you have more of a yellow skin tone. I think that this will be perfect for you. Oh my god, this is such a nice summer lip shade. I for sure would use this during the summer. It's so pretty. So this is again in the shade ZESTY BESTIE. And then let's press that to remove the gloss. Let's see how it looks like when it's just a stain. I super love it when it's just a stain. So far, this is my favorite color. When it comes to lip stain, I really like that orangey red lip stain. I just feel like it's very kind of youthful, very summery. I really like it. So far, this is my favorite. The third shade is the Strawberry Sangria. Now let's see how it looks like just as a stain. Of all the stains that I've tried, this is the most pigmented. Like, I can't almost see the natural shade of my lips. It's very pigmented. I'm pretty sure that it's already transfer proof. Yeah, it's already transfer proof, but like, it's almost opaque now on my lips with this shade. So I think that if you're looking for a lip stain that is very opaque, I think that this shade will be perfect. The shade is again in Strawberry Sangria. Okay, so the last shade is in the shade Berry Banger. Ooh, very purpley. I think that this shade will be perfect for fall. I think that I would rock this during the fall, and it just makes my teeth look a little whiter than it is. Okay, let's see the shade without the gloss, just the stain. And with all the skin tints, usually the tint will transfer onto my teeth. But swatching all of these colors, not one did transfer on my teeth, which is really, really nice. So it's been a couple of minutes now and I can still see the gloss on my arm. It didn't move. It didn't bleed or feather. Like wherever I put it, it just stays super put. That's amazing, especially for a lip stain. Oh wow. Okay, I'm going to wipe it. So that's how it looks like, just with the stain without the gloss. It stays on really well. Like you can't rub it off my skin anymore. And I'm being harsh. Wow, look at that stain power. So I'm giving this lip stains a 5 out of 5. It is such an amazing product. I've never tried a lip stain that is very, very light on the lips, that has that oil content that will really hydrate your lips but wouldn't feel oily on the lips. It's just a very, very light lip stain, and yet the pigmentation is really, really good. Like it's almost opaque. Like you can see on the edges where I swatch it, like it almost looks like it's opaque. Only the middle part has less of the pigment. I'm going to wear this for 6 hours, and I'm just going to add a clip here on how it looks like so you know how long it wears on the lips. When it comes to wearability, this is how it looks like on the first hour, the second hour, the third hour, the fourth hour, the fifth hour, and the sixth hour. The fading started on the third hour because that's the time I started to eat and drink, and some of the food that I ate has oil in it. So you'll notice that the center of my lips has less pigment than the edges of my lips. And on the fifth and sixth hour, you can really tell that the edges of my lips looks a lot darker. Even though the color looks very uneven on the sixth hour, since it is a lip tint, it is more forgiving. It doesn't look too bad compared to when you're using a liquid lipstick. When it's very pigmented on the edges of your lips, it looks like you have a lip liner and then the rest of your lips doesn't have any lipstick. This is more forgiving because it still has a tint on the center of my lips, it's just the edges are more pigmented. Or if you've been thinking of getting this lip stain, I would highly recommend it. It's very true to its claim. It doesn't bleed, it doesn't feather. As you can see on the swatch on my arm, it didn't move. It just stays where it is, and it's been there while I was swatching and moving. And on my lips, like you don't see any feathering, you don't see any bleeding. Even if I've swatched 4 of the shades, it just stays where you put it. So it's a really, really good product. It's quite expensive at $30 Canadian for 6.9 ml, but I think that you'll be getting a lot from this product because you don't need a lot for it to really cover your lips, and it's very, very pigmented. And looking at the swatches, like it doesn't move, so I really think that it would wear long on your lips. So I think it's worth a buy. My favorite color would be Zesty Bestie. When it comes to lip stain, I just gravitate towards more of that orangey shade. So I think that this will be perfect, especially if you have yellow skin tone like me, a warm skin tone. But if you're more blue tone or more fairer, if you're more of an NW15 to NW40, I think that this shade number 1, my type, is a good lip shade for you. This is more blue tone, and if you need an everyday red, I think that the strawberry sangria is for you. And if you have more of that darker pigmentation on your lips but you want to add more of a blue purple color onto your lips, I think that this shade Berry Banger in number 4 will be perfect for you. How about you guys? What's your favorite shade for me, and what's your favorite shade that you think will be suited for you and your skin tone among this 4 lip stain? Just comment down below. Let's start a conversation. Thank you so much, dolls, for watching, and if you learned something from this video and if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like this video. I would really appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you'll always be updated once a new video is out. Thank you so much, dolls, again for watching. I'll see you on my next one.